Now, White Pine County Daily News with Wyatt Cox.
And KELY News, sponsored by Sahara Motors, ready for all seasons. The Kawasaki Ridge XR Crew Limited HVAC side-by-side keeps cool in the summer, dry in the rain, and warm in the winter. Conquer any trail, creek, or blizzard while staying comfortable the whole way. Check one out today at Sahara Motors. Look for more sun than clouds this week. The high today should be right around 50 degrees. Nevada's higher education regents have approved a multi-year tuition hike for the state's colleges and universities, that following hours of public comment and debate. Under the plan, tuition at UNR and UNLV will rise a total of 12% over the next 3 years, beginning with a 3% increase in the 26-27 academic year. Community college students will see smaller increases, totaling 9% over the same period. Students largely oppose the move, warning higher costs could put college out of the reach for some. Regents and faculty countered additional revenue is needed to protect hundreds of jobs and maintain academic quality. State Treasurer Zach Conine says the increases will not affect families already enrolled in Nevada's prepaid tuition program. He says current account holders are locked in at today's in-state tuition rates, even as newer increases take effect through the 28-29 school year. Despite dissent from some board members, the measure passed, with regents saying Nevada's colleges and universities were made among the most affordable in the nation. The Eastern Nevada Narcotics Task Force continued its drug enforcement roundup Monday with 2 arrests in Ely. Authorities arrested 43-year-old Jerry Edwards on charges of selling a controlled substance. He's being held on $50,000 bail. Also arrested 38-year-old Brandy Robinson, also charged with sale of a controlled substance. She's being held on $100,000 bail, both innocent until convicted in a court of law. The investigation remains ongoing. White Pine County Board of Commissioners convenes tomorrow in a meeting packed with hot-button procedural and personnel issues. Newly seated Commission Chair Paula Carson set to push for tighter public comment rules, restricting opening comments to agenda items only, shifting general public comment to the meeting's close, potentially after a 4-hour session, and steering away from written submissions in favor of live in-person testimony, while curbing the practice of reading aloud submitted statements. The commission will also tackle reassigning duties once managed by the former county manager. Backup documents stress that leaving these responsibilities in limbo risks county liability, project delays, and friction with other agencies. Ongoing friction in the finance office remains front and center, the agenda calling for a formal job performance review of Finance Director Kathy Workman. Outcomes could range from retention to outright termination. Session kicks off at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning in the White Pine County Library Conference Room. Nevada Congressman Mark Amodei, the sole Republican from the state of Nevada in Congress, says federal immigration enforcement needs a pivot following the fatal shooting of a nurse by federal agents in Minneapolis over the weekend. The congressman, who chairs the House Homeland Security Appropriations Subcommittee, told Minnie Racker at the Nevada Independent he wants more transparency from the Department of Homeland Security and questioned the agency's response to the incident, while stopping short of calling for the impeachment of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. Amodei criticized what he described as a reflexive defense of the operation. He says DHS must ensure enforcement efforts focus on serious offenders and rejected calls to defund the agency, noting it also includes the Coast Guard, FEMA, and TSA. We haven't talked much about fuel prices lately for a good reason. Fuel prices are either stable or inching upwards. Prices for 85-octane unleaded fuel largely stable in Ely, averaging about $2.60 at the Great Basin Shell and Sinclair, $2.65 to $2.66 at most other stations. Diesel prices have edged higher and vary widely. Diesel $3.16 per gallon in East Ely at the Shell, Golden Gate, and Chevron, while the Silver Sage lists diesel at $3.41. Most other Ely locations, diesel is $3.94 a gallon. Gold prices briefly topped $5,100 an ounce for the first time this week. That surge is good for the Silver State, one of the world's top gold-producing regions. Mining experts say higher gold prices typically lead to more jobs. Nevada officials say mining already supports tens of thousands of high-paying jobs and remains a cornerstone of the state's economy. Analysts point to global uncertainty as investors turn to gold as a safe haven. Silver also hit a record this week, adding to optimism across the mining industry. Experts say the price surge could especially benefit smaller mining and exploration companies, bringing new investment and job growth to the state of Nevada and to rural Nevada. Nevada Commission of Ethics reviewing conflict of interest allegations against Mesquite Mayor Jesse Whipple has sent the case to a settlement judge. The claims stem from allegations that Whipple failed to properly disclose a conflict of interest while voting on city matters, and that his pest control business Got Bugs held a city contract. The commission says a settlement conference has already taken place, the case expected to return to the agenda in March. Whipple said he disclosed his business ties in financial filings and argued the city is getting below market rates, the city of Mesquite declining to comment. Turning to high school sports, the Bobcats, Ladycats in action tonight. Lincoln County comes to town. The Ladycats and the Lady Lynx tip off at 5. The Bobcats and the Lynx tipping off at 6:30. And another potential change coming to Nevada's high school football realignment. Nevada Interscholastic Activities Association will revisit its recently approved football alignment plan during Board of Control meetings today and tomorrow in Reno. The review follows legal warnings from the Archdiocese of Las Vegas, which claims the board may have violated state and federal laws by approving a new open division format last November. That plan scrapped the HRM rating system and created a 10-team Southern Nevada open division, a move that could limit out-of-state games for powerhouse Bishop Gorman. The Archdiocese has threatened legal action unless the board rescinds the vote. The meetings will be streamed online. The board could vote to reverse or amend the plan. At 8:20 for Sahara Motors, that's a look at news from the state of Nevada.
You see lots of commercials on television telling you to drive a little and save a lot. Dealers wanting you to drive to Salt Lake, Elko, Reno, and even Las Vegas. But ask them one question. What happens if there's a problem? Do you have to drive 3, 4, or even 6 hours to get service? Here at Sahara Motors in Ely, we service everything we sell right here in White Pine County. Shop here first, get our best deal, and you get that best deal by telling Shauna that Wyatt sent you by. Then if you want, shop other places. When you account for the drive, you'll find that it pays you to be a part of the Sahara Motors family. Stop by Sahara Motors, just about a mile north of Ely on US 93. Sahara Motors, we are White Pine proud.
Tell Shauna Wyatt sent you by.